What is up, everybody? It is Eli. On Eli Does Stuff, where I haven't been doing a lot, and it's bothering me a lot because the whole point of this channel was for me to do things, and I'm just not doing anything. So you can you can imagine why I'm a little disappointed with myself there. But that is that we're gonna make that a non-issue. I'm gonna make a video today, and I figured I should do a Pokefusion challenge. I think it's an art challenge, right? But yeah, we're gonna do a Pokefusion. So I'm not gonna. Let's just. Sorry. Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. I'm opening up my Google page. I already have it pulled up here. All right. So generate 2 Pokemon. I'm gonna ignore the ones from recent generations just because I'm not gonna know them too well. So I'd like to keep it to the ones that I do know. Generate. Those guys look pretty similar already, but let's roll with that. Alrighty. Dottler and Vikavolt. I have not done one of these in a while, so do forgive me if I am a bit washed, a bit, you know, bad at this. So these guys are a little similar already, so it's gonna be hard to make it. It's gonna be mostly color schemey, but with the last few of these that I did, you tend to just kind of pick the shape of one of the two, and I like Vikavolt's shape a bit more than Dottler's shape. I'd rather Dottler the elements. You know, I feel like Vikavolt, you know, they've got a really pronounced form, but then when it comes to Dottler, it's really just the dots and like the triangle pattern going on there, the little polygons pattern. So I'm trying to get an idea of how I want it to look, like pose wise. Oh, I got a better idea. I can combine their forms just a little bit. Oh my god, it's gonna be so similar to Meta Knight. Okay. It'll probably retain. Actually, no. It'll probably have like the polygon-esque cap. So triangle. You're gonna imagine it's like a triangle there. It'll probably look like. Or should I make it look like it's completing a design? Like this, 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 and that. That might look better. Yeah, like that. Okay, yeah, I got it. Or maybe I can do something like this. We'll see. I think I'm gonna use Vikavolt's eye shape still. But then I'll like do the shinies of the other guy, of Dottler. And then the wings would also be I feel like the wings can be left alone for the most part. But again, that's why it's that was the Meta Knight concern. Is that if it has wings, it's really just gonna be Meta Knight. Like, look at this. Tell me you've not seen this character before. You've seen him before. His name's Meta Knight. Actually, here, yeah, because we had to connect it like it's 3-dimensional. So looking like that. Like that. Kind of looks like Glaceon. Kind of looks like Glaceon's head. If if you do this. Looks like a very cool Glaceon. Probably should have done it already, but I can put up a couple drawings of what my other fusions have ended up looking like. Just for reference, you can see what I was talking about when I said that drawings tend to just like kind of pick a couple forms that they pick the body of one usually, and then they kind of combine elements, which I mean that's what I did here, and it works pretty well because you basically just kind of like add an element, then you're like, okay, what's an element from that? This also looks like Giratina said. I was planning to use this as a sketch to design it, but then I ended up just kind of like designing it here. Never restrict yourself like that, kiddos. You know, always let yourself do what feels right. Because I was about to like draw over the circle and stuff, but I ended up just kind of designing the full thing. Which, I mean, I think that's cool. It's crazy how art can do that. So it might look like that. Like going. Neither of them have a mouth. So, oh, I have to add the mustache. Dottler's like most iconic trait. Surprisingly, isn't thoughts. It's gotta be the. It's gotta be the fucking mustache for sure. Should I give them a mouth? I could give them a mouth, but it would be uncharacteristic of either of them to have a mouth. But this portion of the design is looking a little barren. I'm thinking of like adding like a bug-like plate in there. But yeah, that's like the design. I did that surprisingly quick. I was stumped. How long did that take? It took like 7 or 8 minutes, and I was immediately in there. In there like somewhere. I never say that. Why did I even say that? So now we're gonna just make a cleaner looking sketch because we need a cleaner looking sketch. And for the longest time, I wanted to like have a community on YouTube where it's like instead of like hosting a channel about myself, it's more like hosting a channel that's like an art club, like a virtual art club, and people just draw, and then I post their drawings in the videos, and then I link to them and stuff. But I'm worried that's like not sustainable. Like I'm worried that it's just going to come off like content farming, you know? But it's like, I don't know. I love like feeling like I've inspired people, you know? So it's like super cool, the idea of like, oh, hey, I posted a prompt, and then like people who watch my stuff, like they drew because of it, and then I get to showcase their art, and like I can just like, you give them credit obviously. And that wouldn't be like just the video, it would just be me. I'd like go look at the art, you know, or I would also draw my own attempt at the prompt while I look at them, or after I look at, or sorry, in the background while I look at them. Because I'm not like an art judge. I'm more like, I just like inspiring people to draw, you know. Try not to get too self-reflective right now. This is a Pokemon video. We're drawing Pokemon. This is not the time for deep thoughts. I can just do that. Ooh, that looks nice. I didn't even think about that. It like connects pretty neatly. Wow, I genuinely thought I was gonna have such a hard time with this. I did this very spontaneously. I was worried, oh no, what if me doing it spontaneously makes it an unenjoyable video? But no, it... Well, whether or not this is an enjoyable video is still yet to be determined, but... I mean, the design's coming through pretty well. Is it over-designed a little, though? Arguably. It's arguably over-designed, just a smidge. But it's Pokemon. I don't think Pokemon's any stranger to over-designing. I like how I started off, I think, if I remember correctly, I started off saying, oh, I want the Vikavolt shape, but I ended up putting the Dottler more. Ooh, there's a question of color scheme, but we'll get there when we get there. But I guess I can think about it, right? So I'm thinking about the color scheme, and I'm like, I don't think I want to use Vikavolt's colors. I feel like the Dottler colors are the way to go for like everything. But I can adopt Vikavolt's like tones. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it. How do people draw like flattering bug wings? I think you might just draw both sides at once, so you like go. And then that's for like the armor thing. I was thinking like doing like this. But honestly, that's not helping. It looks worse. I kind of like the idea of it looking more like a Kirby thing. Kirby creature. Does Vikavolt have any like facial lines? Kind of hard to tell. Is there a line in the middle like this? Yeah, I don't think it would help. I like the Kirby look. The Kirby look is good. All right. I'm not gonna draw a background. Yeah, I'm not gonna draw a background. We're gonna use a stock image for the background. So I'm thinking we just hop straight to line art, to be honest. I see no reason to dawdle. However, I will search up stormy sky, or stormy clouds. Here we go. Just gonna do this. And then obviously we're gonna just blur it a smidge, just so the quality isn't as, the terrible quality isn't as noticeable. Alrighty, that is the design. Or that's the line art. First thing, gotta pick what colors we're taking out. I think we will be taking out Dottler's colors. I think Dottler's colors are important. I forgot the fucking dots. Yeah, I gotta fix that up. Oh wait, no. Are the dots drawn in? They're kind of drawn in, and they're kind of part of the topology. I could add the dot, or I could do it in a color. For all I know, it looks better as a color. Let me see here. Let me see. You know. Oh my god, there's been an overlay on top of my... Oh my god. Oh my god, how long has that been there? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to avoid humming the music that I feel like I want to put in the background. It's so bad. I'm trying so hard to avoid it because I'm like, no, I'm gonna put background music in. I don't need to hum music. I keep hearing it. Um, Looking at this little guy made me think of Mario Galaxy for some reason. And I think it's the first or second planet that you get on in Galaxy 2. But that music that has been playing in my head the moment I like started giving him colors, and like specifically the energy colors, where I was like, I'm not gonna hum it. I'm not gonna hum it. don't hum it. Every time I like hum music or try to like even like resonate a song while I'm drawing or something, it always ruins like the video. Like it always just feels terrible. For now, I'll leave it like this, but like that also looks really cool. That looks like probably what it would look like if like there was official concept art for this Pokemon. Like that would go on the card. It would look like it's in total darkness, and then everyone would be like, "That looks too cool for this Pokemon. This is a bug steel type. This guy's getting his ass kicked. But he will look impressive as fuck while getting his ass kicked." Remember to not let post-processing replace shading. I had a big issue with that for the longest time, where I would always just do crazy post-processing, but it would just take away from my shading. It would just make the shading either non-existent or the shading would just look worse for it. Oh, look how cool that looks. Oh, that's so awesome. Alright, let's add those dots. Because they might not look good. I'm worried they won't look good. And maybe I should have incorporated it, because if you look at the thing, it's actually part of the topology. It's not like a dot that's drawn on it. So I'm like, I might have messed up. Look at this guy. Trooper. I don't think the dots are helping. I think the dots make it look worse. There's already enough like blue accent on this drawing. Maybe only the dots on the top are good. Maybe I lessen the dot frequency. I feel like there's just too many dots. That's a bit better to me. You know, it's less overbearing. It doesn't feel like there's dots on every fucking corner. But at that point, there shouldn't be a dot there. Or here, for that matter. I mean, I like this. I like this. I think it looks good. There's like the issue of the multiply player being a little strong, but I guess that's not really a problem. It's just like a taste thing. Basically, this is like a really dull drawing. Like the colors are duller because of the background and stuff. When he's supposed to be really bright. But the multiply layer is really like eliminating all the fun parts about the colors here. Like, yeah, even just without it. Maybe I make it a little less intense. But yeah, here it is. What's his name gonna be? What are the names of these guys? Vikavolt and Dottish? It's a gentlemanly looking man. Like, look at that. The mustache. Dottler. You know? Dottler. Voltler? Actually, Voltler? Voltler. Because the Dottler... Voltler. But dot is with two T's, so I feel like it should be Voltler. Voltler. I don't like the L repeating. There's Volta. There's Voltar. Volta. I like Voltar. Because I'm like, I want to do Voltler, but it feels weird because it's like Dottler wouldn't be Doltler. Doltler, this sounds weird. You know, Voltler. But like Voltar? Voltar. I like that. Alright, let's do that. Alrighty, I think we are good. Alright, this is Voltar, the bug steel type fusion of Vikavolt and Dottler. Hope you guys liked this video. I don't know if these are going to continue or if these are just going to be like random heat of the moment videos that I just record, but I enjoyed doing this. I think this was pretty fun, and hopefully this turns out into a good video for YouTube. And obviously I invite people to draw their own Voltars or other Pokefusions and then tag me on YouTube, and then the next time I do one of these videos, I will put yours in at the end and react. Or maybe not. I'll just be like, thank you. I'll audibly thank you. That's the best I can do. I'm not a good art like critique. So I can just go like, wow, I didn't think of it that way. Whatever. There's not gonna be an end card here, I don't think. Do I have an outro? I have an outro, but it's outdated. I have an intro, but it's outdated. I'll probably just remake it. It's not like a crazy outro. Anyway, thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Get out of here.